Right, so today we're going to be talking about Euro USD. We're going to pick up from where we left off, which is the analysis that we did 6 days ago on this particular pair. And we're going to see what has taken place from that moment up until now, right? As well as what new opportunities is going to be available for us to be able to jump on moving forward, right? So if that's said and done, I believe you're going to find the content I've shared with you super useful. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification, and drop us a like, especially if you watched last week's video on Euro USD, because that would have put gems in there for you. You would have seen it, and you would have seen how that would have worked out for you this week, and naturally you would have tapped into that. All you have to do is go and watch last week's video to let you know how beneficial that could have been. And you gotta watch the whole video all the way to the end, because the gem is in there, but I'm not gonna tell you where. But you have to go and watch it all the way through to the end, right? Okay, so with that said and done, we're gonna get straight into the business of the day. So because I know what's kind of taking place up here in this area, okay, where it looks like there could be a possibility the price may be ranging at the top in regards to Euro USD, right? I don't see it necessary for me to go into a higher time frame, right? So I don't think I need to go to the 4 hour, and I don't think I need to go into the day either. I might change my mind, but for now, I don't think I need to. I think most of the stuff that we looked at has all begun to kind of fulfill itself as we've been following along with what this market has been doing. One of the key points I always like to mention is what I talked about in regards to last week's videos, how we could have played the game, right? So last week's videos, based on what was happening in this area, I made a few recommendations, right, in regards to this area and this area, as well as below that area, okay? And as we can see, the move that we was looking for came into being, right? So based on what I discussed with you last week, you would have seen this move and you would have been able to tap in on it. Definitely seen the move from here. You'd have seen that move, and this would have been your opportunity to go and grab some, and then you'd have had all of that. If you're still in it now, I mean, you still would be profitable providing you got it up here, but obviously you've given some of that back, which obviously is what it is, right? So with that said, we're going to get straight into the analysis for today, what we're looking for, what could happen, and how best prepared we need to be so that we can obviously capitalize on it. So let me see where this volume profile actually covers. I did say I didn't want to go into a higher time frame. It looks like I'm going to have to. So let's jump into the 4 hour real quick, and let's see how far back this volume profile goes. Okay, let's go jump into a week. Okay, so it's only covering that area. Okay. Let's just have a quick look to see what we got going on. Okay. All right, cool. So as it stands, I didn't want to go into a higher time frame, but it looks like we're going to have to. Right, it looks like we're going to have to. So as it stands right now, let's just look at it from this angle, right? So we can kind of see what's taking place in regards to where market is right now, okay? So couple things have taken place, right? Couple things have taken place. So for example, with the news that the tariff was going to be coming off, we had a reaction in Euro USD, just same as we had a reaction in the NAS, and we had a reaction in the metals as well. We also had a reaction in this area, right? So with all of that said and done, and now everything is now beginning to stabilize itself, we need to know what's happening here, okay? And as it stands right now, just by looking at it, right, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have a clear answer for you guys. Right? I really do not have a clear answer for you guys. The only thing that I can say, based on what I am looking at right now, okay, is I would want to see a close above the high value area, right? So I want to see a close above the high value area into the low value area. So this up here is the low value area, and this is where I would want to see a close if I'm considering taking buys, right? Now the serious buys at this point, is when the high of 2021, so the highest point in this overall trend that we're looking at right now, right, came in on Monday the 4th of Jan 2021, right? So I'll be looking for potential serious buys once this level has been taken out, and it's got to be taken out in a particular kind of way that makes sense for why I should jump in there with serious buys. But as it stands right now, taking buys from these regions over here makes sense. Okay, makes sense, because we've got price right in the middle of this low value area. I mean low value node area, which is this here right here, right? So we've got price right in the middle of that right now. Okay, so right now is I'm looking for a close under here to consider taking sales, right? Let me get this bring this over here. Okay, okay, so I'll be looking for closes under this level right here, right, which is 1.10610, right, in order for me to consider taking sales. Okay, and to be taking buys, which is a close above this level over here, I'm looking for 1.13598. So if I get a close above any of these levels, I'll be looking for moves in a corresponding direction. Okay, right? Now let's go into the day real quick. No, the hour, sorry. Let's go into the hour real quick and let's see what market is giving us, because as it stands right now, it looks like we have the new weekly low set over here. Okay, so we've got another 2 more days and then the week is done. All right, so essentially we kind of need to know what price plans on doing, right? And me personally, I'm not going to be playing around in this area unless I absolutely know what's going on. Okay, so with that said and done, the next thing that I am going to do now, because the more work we do in trying to figure out what's taking place, the better it makes our life in terms of when we actually do take in a position. So I'm just going to draw a trend line over here because I kind of need to have a rough idea. Okay. All right, so just bear me a moment. Okay, let me just make this black. Well, let's tap that in. And that's the weekly low of last week being taken out this week. I'm not even going to bother it. I'm not even going to bother putting in the weekly high because we know where that happened. We know what happened there. So this was Sunday night. Actually, as a matter of fact, from the Sunday, it's a new week. It's a new week. Okay, so let me put this in place. Weekly low. Okay. So there is 2 things that we can use right now to help us make a decision on if we want to be taking longs or if we want to be taking shorts, right? So the first is, and bearing in mind that these moves that have taken place are light. They are not strong indicators at all. So me personally, I wouldn't do it this way. But bottom line is, this is what this video or the content is all about. Showing opportunities if you haven't seen them yourself. And if you decide you are going to go for it, then obviously I would expect you to do the additional bit of work on top to make sure that everything is as 100% solid as you can possibly get it before you jump in with your hard-earned capital, right? So the first is this, right? We have a peak through at this level right here, okay? And in all fairness, this area right here isn't done correctly. So let me just bring this in a bit more, because I think this is not done right at all. Let me just bring this down, because the low value node, in all fairness, comes down to around this area right here, okay? And I had it up here somewhere, so I don't think that's right at all. I got to rejig that, okay? Which basically means, let me rejig these numbers again. You want to close under here. To save me from having to call it out, just going to highlight it. This is the number, right? We just rejig that. So price is now in this area up here. It's closed below the weekly low. It's still within the low value node, so it's still inside of it right now, okay, right? And you kind of got to make a decision, or you don't have to do anything, but it's up to you, right? If I was going to do anything, I'm not saying that I am, but if I was, right, I'll be comfortable taking sales from here. I'll be very comfortable taking sales from here if I was to do something, in hope that price was going to come all the way down here. So my sell will be right here. My stop would be right here, because this would be the best place for it to be, right? In hope that I am right and that price is going to blast all the way down, I would target either the point of control, which is this level right here, or I will target the low end of the high value area, which is right here. So which should be the low value node of the high value area, but the bottom side, okay? I will target this area. That's how I would do it. So I'll be selling from up here, okay? I'll be selling from up here. My stop will be up here, and my target TP will be down here. TP will be down here, right? That's how I would do it, and I will see how that plays out. So as it stands, if I was trading EURUSD, in all fairness, I wouldn't do anything now. But if I absolutely had to do something right now, I'll be taking sales from this location. If I had to trade, I'll be putting in sales. But if I don't have to, I won't. I'll wait until I get the position or the angles that I'm looking for. So with all of that said and done, if you stayed with me up until this point of this video, I believe you definitely owe me a subscribe, and you should smash that subscribe button. You should turn on the notification, and you should drop us a like. You should also take a look in the description section as well to have a look to see all the other asset classes that I'll be most likely to be talking about throughout the week. So at least you have an idea what we're going to be talking about as well. As you can see, I do have some merch on the channel, right? So I'm not selling you a course, right? But however, to support me, grab a mug, right? I mean, it's useful to you, gives that little bit of motivation. Grab a t-shirt, grab a cap, grab any of these things. But I'm not selling you a course, and I will not be selling you a course, right? Reason being is that I will just put it out there for free for you guys to go watch and take advantage of and back test and try things out. But I wouldn't sell you a course. So if you want to support the channel, go and grab some of that merch, right? Go do that. That'll be greatly appreciated. And with all of that said and done, I will see all of you amazing people on the next one.